Hey guys, welcome to L&D Home. In today's video, we are going to be tackling what we call our mudroom. It is an absolute hot mess. We are decluttering, organizing, cleaning, and even doing some updates in this room. So let's go ahead and jump on in. The first thing I wanted to do was start by clearing out the room. Now, you guys know if you've watched my other summer cleaning videos that I like to work in sections. So I'm going to be taking some of this stuff and clearing it out and then going through it. Because if I take everything out of this room and pile it into my living room, I'm going to be overwhelmed and my living room is going to be a hot mess again. So I'm tackling little bits by little bits, going through everything that I am bringing out of this space and asking myself, do I want to keep it? Is it trash? Does it need to go to Goodwill? So right away, I started going through this big box that was actually from Thanksgiving when we hosted Thanksgiving at my aunt's house. I'm keeping only a few things, but I actually got rid of a lot of stuff in this box. The whole box ended up being full. I had 2 bags. I had just tons of stuff for Goodwill. Goodwill is probably really sick and tired of seeing me, I have to be honest.
I'm kinda new with apologies. Holding back, I got history. Yeah. But the way you've been crossing the line, oh, it's so...
I promise I'm not going to bore you with me decluttering the entire space, but just know that it took me a really, really long time. And I'm only showing you bits and pieces of what I decluttered because nobody wanted to watch me do this for the entire video. It took me quite a while to get stuff out of this room, put it in Goodwill piles or piles to keep. I am going through our winter stuff here. I'm getting rid of a lot of winter stuff, and I put it all back in this crate thinking I was going to keep it like this, but you'll see later in the video I actually found a better spot for it. We're not utilizing it right now, so I didn't really need it like front and center and handy because, well, it's summertime. No one is wearing hats, gloves, and scarves right now. Well, not here in Missouri, we aren't. Please tell me we are not the only one that has a giant bag or container of random cords that you have been holding on to in case you need them, but you have no idea what they go to. So yes, I decluttered this as well. Current situation. I have this all cleaned off besides a few things that I know I'm going to need to take down. So my thought is that we really don't need this shelf because I have a repurposed organizer I'm going to bring in here. So I really think we only need this one. It's like 2 different shelves. It's kind of a weird vibe. So I think I'm going to try and take this shelf down.
I will be alright. Never cut it right, but somehow you make me change. Like I'm better off with you.
So the shelves are down, and as you can see, they painted around them and put them up after before they painted. Lovely, fun. Okay, so I have to rethink this. I was not planning on painting this room right now because the refresh that we're doing in here is kind of like temporary until we can afford to do what we really want to do. But that looks really bad. So I, of course, decided that I was going to paint. I spackled a bunch of nail holes and the holes from the shelf and decided I was going to paint this entire room. I was not planning on doing this. And while this was an absolute pain, it took me 2 days to do this. My arm hurt. And I will be real with you, I used a brush on the entire room. It's actually like a closet, like a walk-in closet that's right off the garage. I didn't have a roller. I didn't feel like being bothered with buying a roller. So it just goes to show you, you can use a Dollar Tree paintbrush to paint an entire walk-in closet if you want to. Your arm is going to hurt, but I was just using things that I had because I didn't want to spend a bunch of money in this room because I was not planning on painting this. But I'm actually super glad that I did. You're going to see at the end of the video, it actually ended up turning out way better than I was planning on it turning out, because I was really just decluttering and refreshing this space. And yeah, we actually really love the way this turned out. So it wasn't our dream makeover, but we definitely like it. I did decide to paint the trim there because it was wood. They painted the outside, but not the inside. And yes, I just painted it the same color as the wall. That is going to change later, but that's what I had did for now. And then I decided to paint the shelf that was there just to make it look a little more like built in and purposeful. I did not paint the clothing rod because hangers going back and forth on it, it wasn't going to make a difference anyway, but I wanted this shelf to look a little bit more blended in and built in.
Where you flee, you don't stick around, no. But the way you've been giving me time, oh, it's something in me that says it's
So if you had been wondering what that weird thing over there was with the teal cover on it, those are actually a bunch of folding chairs we have for when we host any family holidays, get-togethers like Thanksgiving and stuff. And I had literally just put this thing over it to make it kind of look like a table. And I was actually going to leave this in this room. But once I started painting, I was like, no, I'm not going through all this arm pain to leave these chairs in here. So I had my husband help me carry them downstairs. There's my wedding dress that is staying because I have nowhere else to put it. But I had my husband help me carry these downstairs. I have no idea where we're going to put them, but they are not going in this mudroom after all this painting that I did. So we are taking these out.
hoping you wouldn't change me. You got the same old flaws, be my referee. I will be alright, never cut it.
I then wanted to give a good vacuum because a lot of bugs get in this room, and I know you can see that disgusting stain right there. We are going to talk about that in a few minutes, and I'm going to explain what that disgustingness is. So stay tuned because it's weird.
Somehow you make me change, like I'm better off with you. Like I'm better off with you. Hoping you wouldn't
All right, let's talk about this stain. They did not like insulate or seal any of like this edging, and water is coming in from somewhere, not in like droves or anything, but like when it rains, you can see this giant crack right here, and that's actually like going to the outside of the house, but like the siding's over it, so we can't seal it from the outside. So that's why that gross like moldy stain is there. And I'm going to be actually caulking all of this because I just don't want any more of this coming in. We didn't realize this was an issue until after we had moved in, and all the stuff was like already in here, and it was just kind of like too little too late. But I'm taking care of it today. I was trying to use some Zep on this, and it did come up some, but honestly, I think this part of the carpet is just ruined. The part of the baseboard is just ruined. I did not paint the baseboards. I probably should have, but I was so exhausted. So I'm going to be caulking all of these spots really well. I didn't really know what else to use, so I got this caulk from Target, drive up order. I will link it down below. I ended up using about 2 tubes of this like in this room, but not just in this space. You're going to see that I use it a little bit later, but I had to really fill this in. Like, I'm going so slow because that's how much caulk it's taking to fill this in. I'm sure this is not the correct way to do it, and this is not going to be bulletproof, but this is just what we can do for right now with the funds that we have.
the same old flaws, be my referee. I will be alright, never cut.
These are actually our old nightstands that we got from Walmart for like $10 a long time ago, and I painted them white. So I kept them in here as like a table organization, and I'm going to keep them in here just because we need the space in the organization. And I'm taking some little like sticker tack things from Dollar Tree just so they don't slide around because they weren't connected before, and I just don't want them to move around too much. We do put some decor on here, and then you're going to see later I'm going to put some other things here on as well because we need the space in here. And it doesn't look too bad because the organizer I'm going to be pulling in later is also going to be white. Here I'm just putting all of my organized bins back up, and I actually had 2 free empty bins that I put back up here, and you're going to see what I do with those later.
But somehow you make make me change. You make me wanna do better. I don't know why. You make me wanna do better. You make me wanna do better. I don't know why. I don't know why.
So here is me dragging this organizer out of my beauty room. I actually had this in my closet and decided that I didn't need it anymore. I got rid of a lot of stuff, and I did all that off camera. I did not record that video. It was kind of like a wild hair spur of the moment situation. But I have this free organizer now that I thought would look really great in this space and give us some extra storage. And I had already had these bins as well from when this organizer was in my beauty room. So I'm going to be utilizing these bins for some different stuff like extra cleaning products that I can't fit underneath our sinks. These really awesome things that I got from Dollar Tree, like storage bags, but I had to actually have them shipped. So I had to buy a bunch, and I actually only needed like 3. And then I was trying to put like the laptop bags and stuff in these organizers, and they didn't fit. So I decided to use those extra 2 organizers that I had on the top for all of our winter stuff, because we don't need that handy right now. And then I can put the laptop bags and like my school book bag and stuff in this crate and put it over there on those tables, so everything looks nice and organized.
Like I'm better off with you.
Quick side note, are you really hanging something if you don't have a pencil hanging out of your mouth? I just want to know that I'm not the only one that does this or puts it in your ponytail. Please let me know I am not the only one.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure.
I was so excited to start decorating this space because I was so tired. And I don't even know where this little shadow box came from, but I thought it would be perfect for my sunglasses as a grab and go. So I was so happy I kept this. I almost decluttered it, but I decided to keep it. Then off comes the door. My husband and I has actually talked about taking this door off when we did our dream makeover, and I figured, you know what? Now is the time. Who knows when we can afford to do that dream makeover? Let's do it now. So I started filling in all of these spots, and this was quite a pain, I will say. It took about 3 or 4 layers, and it's still not perfect, but we love having it open. So make sure you stay tuned to see this mudroom without the door on. I was so excited.
I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive.
Once all of that putty was dry and sanded, then I wanted to go in and paint the trim so it matched the rest. And I did paint the inside, I just did not show it, the part that I had painted the same color as the wall. This took about 3 coats and it's still not perfect, but like I said, my arms are falling off. So I'll save that for a home update project to do a touch up on this. But I am just using plain like brilliant white, ultra white actually, I think is what it's called. That's what we do all of our baseboards in. And we just had this on hand, so I didn't have to spend any money. I did have to get another quart of the color that we used inside of the mudroom, which is Basalt powder, because I didn't have enough of it left, but I was okay with that because that's all the money I spent on this. And just like that, we have the final reveal. We are in love with how this space turned out. It's so much more open and bright and obviously decluttered. We have a really tiny hallway when you come in from our garage, and everything is just so much more open, and we don't have to hit each other with the garage door and this mudroom door anymore. I did take some shots from the top of the stairs and from the laundry room just so you can see how much it opened the space and how beautiful it is. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you found it entertaining and motivational. Maybe now you can tackle a spot in your home that you've been dreading, but you know you want it to look beautiful in the end. Make sure that you check out the video and the playlist on the screen, and smash that subscribe button so you can become part of our YouTube family, and so you don't miss out on any more summer cleaning or other home updates and projects that we have going on soon. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.